See you later, alligator. Have the wild crocodile. See you later.
Hey there guys, it's Paul Archer from jonesgear.com, and this time around we have a review of a very cheap DJI Spark copycat. Let's see if it's worth it or not. At a first glance, the box looks really solid. There are two basic versions of this quadcopter. You can get a 0.3 megapixel camera version and a 2 megapixel camera. I totally recommend you get the 2 megapixel version because with just a few bucks more you get a considerably better video. I have a link in the description. When we open the box we can see the folded up drone. Very compact indeed. A black controller that tries to imitate the DJI Spark controller and actually succeeds pretty well. These two antennas are not usable, by the way. There's also a bunch of propeller guards, a screwdriver. The drone itself looks well made, and from the front it actually resembles the DJI Spark a bit. These propellers will unfold themselves when the motors start, just like on the DJI drone. When unfolding the quadcopter, the arms click at the end, which makes it more secure. As you can see, it comes with brushed motors, and underneath there are 4 signal lights that look pretty cool in my opinion. On top there's the start-stop button and a random drone inscription. In the front there's the camera that can be moved up and down prior of your flight, and at the bottom you can find 4 landing legs and what it looks like a microSD card slot. But I've tried it and it doesn't work. The images and videos are saved in the app, more on that later. The battery is proprietary, so you'll only be able to use this exact one. It's a 3.7 volt 800 mAh battery that lasts 8 minutes. I like that the battery has a light on it that signals when it finishes charging. The controller looks a lot like the one for the other foldable drone I reviewed recently, the Mavic Clone Ichin E58. By the way, if you want to find out the review for it, click here on the corner or just go on my channel. This button on the top left changes between the 3 rates of speed. I recommend to press it until you hear 3 beeps if there's wind outside. This right here is the flip button. Make sure you don't mistake it with the stop button or your drone will fall from the sky. I don't know why they put them so close, but if you know it, you won't have any problem. These are the trimming buttons, very useful for when the drone tends to drift in a certain direction. This is the return to home button that I usually don't use, and next to it is the headless mode that might be useful if you can't keep track of the direction of the drone is facing. At the bottom there's a phone compartment that looks pretty flimsy, but actually holds the phone very well in place. Oh, forgot to tell you that it requires 3 AA batteries. This drone can automatically take off by pressing on the left stick once. The drone connects to the phone through standard Wi-Fi, so the range will probably be a maximum of 50 meters. You have to install the YHFPV app and the live feed image will show instantly. You can also fly it with the sticks from the app directly without the need of a controller. To start recording, you press this button. Also, don't forget to stop the recording manually, or else it probably won't be saved. You can also take pictures with this button. Overall, the quadcopter is a very smooth flyer, but I had to trim it just a bit in the beginning to make it fly steadier. I like the fact that you can adjust the camera beforehand. I got a 2 megapixel version along with a 0.3 megapixel, and as you can see there's a pretty big difference between the two, so I'll leave a link down in the description with the better one. Here I am at the window comparing the two side by side. I'm not a big fan of the frame rate it has, especially for the 0.3 megapixel, but considering the price, I'm frankly amazed it has any camera whatsoever. As a conclusion, I'll say this is definitely a good buy, especially because of its compact form. I'm starting to like these foldable quadcopters more and more these days, especially because they occupy less space in the house and are easier to travel with. If you want to be in touch with the latest drones out there, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification icon. See ya later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.